Mike Colton told folks today out in the dugout that he was game ready and ready to go. Was that your understanding with Colton for tomorrow as well?
Colton will be in the lineup tomorrow.
Here up front.
Can you describe the importance of Dexter Fowler in this series? And it's kind of also fun that he's playing in Atlanta, his hometown.
Yeah, it was good. I talked to Dexter earlier today and just caught up with him a little bit, and he's able to catch up with some his parents and niece and nephews, that kind of thing. So always good to get home and catch up with family. But yeah, I mean, Dex is going to be a big part, like a lot of our guys, for this series, and just happy for Dex on a lot of levels. But most importantly for Dex, he's glad he's contributing to us. So he's in a good spot, and looking forward to watching him play.
Jesse.
Hey, Mike, we just only talked to a few players, but they really seem loose. I mean, Miles was cracking jokes up there and stuff. Is that something you've already, tried to impart to them? Just keep it loose, have fun, don't tighten up for the playoffs?
No, I'm pleased to hear you say that, but it's not anything that we talked about. I think if you talk about it, it feels forced, all right? It's just who we are, and it's not kumbaya loose and, that kind of thing, which nothing wrong with that. But, we also have some focus to what's going on too, but, we do want to enjoy what's going on. And, we've talked about that all season, and we've been able to do it and create that balance. We're going to compete, and with this group's highly competitive. But also we want to enjoy what we do, enjoy each other, enjoy that competition, enjoy this moment. So this is really a byproduct of just the group being themselves, which I love.
A few more for Mike. Derek.
Hi, Mike. Are you able to discuss kind of the makeup of your bullpen at this point, to whatever detail you're willing?
We'll release the roster in the morning.
Is it possible you might look at the opponent and take 3 lefties in your bullpen?
I wouldn't rule it out.
Jack Flaherty, your second game starter?
He is.
Would you discuss a third starter, a game 3 starter?
At some point.
What role do you envision for Dakota, given his flexibility?
Dakota will be in the bullpen starting tomorrow, and because he is flexible, we can see a couple of different places for him. Obviously, certain points in the game will dictate that, but Dakota will get a start, but he'll start tomorrow available in the bullpen.
Mark.
Yes.
If you look at how the season went around baseball, and a lot of people expect this postseason to be similar, just home runs, a lot of the scoring is going to come. Would you say keeping them in the ballpark, they're one of those teams with a lot of power, could be kind of the key for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a high fly ball group. They're looking to elevate the ball and get the ball in the air. So, our success is going to be controlling counts. I mean, it's not a mystery to anybody's success in any competition in baseball, but including the postseason. And then being able to make our pitches and execute. Keeping the ball in the park is going to be important.
Mike, you've always told us you've talked to baseball people or former managers throughout the season. Anything specifically about the postseason or people you've spoken with or good advice that you've gotten in the last couple of days as you prepare for Game 1?
Yeah, I just lean on a lot of the advice I've been given, and then I have had some conversations that with some people that clearly you trust, respect. People reach out and give you some wisdom, or you have a question about, and the question is not as, I don't know if it's obvious or not, but just questions about more logistical things. It can be a little bit about mindset, but I've had a few conversations that have been beneficial for sure. I'm very appreciative of them.
Right here on the right.
Mike, the other day you told us you had a conversation with Tony a number of years back where he said the difference between minor league postseason and a major league postseason is just the folks paying attention. Is that what you're feeling so far? Yeah,
I think if, listen, it's baseball. I mean, obviously we're going to be in a high visible environment in the stadium, and externally this speaks to that as well. But ultimately it really gets down to playing the game the right way and being prepared to make the right decisions and putting people in the right spots for my chair, and the guys going out and just playing and playing the game. So we've talked about this all year, and we've normalized it. Just don't make anything bigger than it is. And when something is bigger, then make sure you're clear about keeping it simple and just keeping your your focus in a present state of mind. And then ultimately, it's just a game.
Mike, down here on your left.
Mike, I know it's made up of a bunch of individuals, but can you describe the collective and maybe why, as a group, you guys are where you are today?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because it's truly been a collaborative group effort. And the thing that's special about it, we have a ton. Me and Mike Shannon were just talking about character, just by definition, what it means and the value of character. And we have a high character group that has something that they share that's very uncommon, or can be uncommon, and that is that they care more about the greater good than they care about themselves. We always want the guys to do well individually. We expect them to want to do well individually, and we encourage them to want to do well individually. But this group has also been very sincere about whatever it takes for us to be playing in this moment, and they've done it. So that's a pretty special team. And, guys, including the roster, tough decisions, and guys are going to be on the outside of looking in of being able to compete in this round. And, being able to accept that and do your part, what that looks like, speaks volumes to the character of the group within that. And, there's going to be guys that, maybe not get the opportunity they want. Everyone's going to be fine with it. They may have their own individual, internal, which is human nature, and quite honestly, very, understandable, to where they go, I want in there. I love that. I don't mind guys that feel like, hey, I want in there. I want to do my part. But ultimately, this group's going to step back and say, all right, that's what we need. That's what I'm going to do. I'll be there. And so that's what's gotten us here.
Mark.
Mike, you mentioned that Dakota Hudson will be in the pen for the start of this series. I realize the situations are different, but after Game 2, is it possible that Jack Flaherty could pitch a little bit in relief before Game 5?
I wouldn't say it's an impossibility, but that we'll have to. The series will have to evolve.
Any last ones for Mike? Derek? Well, we'll do.
Hi, Mike.
Hey.
Can you speak to the role that Matt Carpenter has had over this month, and what might he be able to contribute in the postseason here?
Yeah, so Matt had a really good month and has done a really nice job in multiple roles. He's gotten some really big hits when he's been in the lineup as a starter, and he's done a really good job of coming off the bench and taking really good at-bats in situations that, we want a quality at-bat. So he's done a nice job in both roles, and I'm excited about him being able to participate depending on whatever that role looks like.
Just to follow up on that and then ask a quick question. If Colton's in the lineup tomorrow, what does that mean for Matt?
It means you'll see the lineup tomorrow.
I'm
I'm not going to announce the lineup
Oh,
when
no,
our
no, I know.
guys don't know it. Yeah,
I just figured I'd ask.
right. That's fair. No harm.
First to ask.
Yeah.
Mike, do you buy into the old adage that defense never slumps?
I think one of the reasons we're here is because our defense has been a pillar for this team. So I believe in it completely. Again, me and Shannon were talking earlier. Pitching and defense, that's a great recipe to have. Clearly, we're not unaware that offense is important. We need to score runs as well, but defense is very important, and we've taken it very serious. And I think I know it's been a big part of our club.
Take one last one up on the riser in the back.
Mike, you kind of just talked about a little right there. Base running and defense are two things since you've taken over. You've really kind of drilled down to get back to the fundamentals, and it's shown this year. Now that you guys are on the postseason stage where every little thing counts, just how important are those fundamentals?
Huge. You look up and you watch, like we all have, a lot of playoff baseball or just any game that's competitive or close. You look up and realize, games can be won in a lot of different fashions. Games can be lost in a lot of different fashions. The way we look and how we look to compete, and the reason we're in this position is because we're looking to be able to do the winning part on a lot of different fronts. And it can come down to a defensive play. It can come down to base running and doing the little things, and we're good at them, and it's part of our DNA. So it'll be something we'll just continue to rely on and be part of our strength.